Today, I decided to go live today because it's been on my mind to actually go live. So, irrespective of maybe how I look or all those factors, I decided to go live and just do a kind of freestyle show today. So, we have two issues to actually discuss. One of them is the issue of some senators trying to frustrate the sale of electric cars in Nigeria. Then, we're also talking about Motola going after the Nigerian government. And then if we have time, we will talk about the article case and all that. First, okay, let's talk about the issue of the senators in Nigeria trying to frustrate the sale of electric cars in Nigeria. Now, you already know that this channel is all about Nigerian concerns. How do we actually do things in the right perspective? You have to understand that one thing we as people don't actually learn from history is that we don't actually obey history. That is one of the things about history. If you look at innovation, for example, you see companies that have refused to change, they have been put aside. Now, the internet is barely 30 years old, and we've seen the rise of companies and we've seen the fall of companies. You saw the birth of Netflix met the death of Blockbuster. You saw the death of one company met the rise of one company. It's like you don't understand the scale of what is happening in our generation today. There is so much tools readily available today that you as a person with just your mobile phone, you can push a company that has a lot of employees, you can push them out of business as at today. Now, when our senators are making the move and giving the reason why they are justifying such a bill to be passed, because Nigeria is a oil producing state, therefore we should frustrate the sales of electric cars in Nigeria, that is not going to hold waters. Why? Because you are not going to say that with the invention of the personal computers, with the invention of the mobile phones, that I am a producer of typewriters, I am a producer of the fourth generation of computers, I'm a producer of the first generation of computers, therefore I'm going to frustrate the sale. It's not going to happen. You are not going to make it. It's not going to happen. After all, this thing is not cocaine, so you're not going to bring a law and say you are banning it. So if the Nigerian government will not think in the direction of where things are going in the world, if they will not follow suit, it will shrink in the eye. Are you not seeing what is happening in Venezuela? You're seeing what is happening in Venezuela. What is happening in Venezuela? Everybody have to take a clue from what is happening in Venezuela. I made a video about the Venezuela issue. I made 10 things that Nigeria can actually learn from the Venezuela scenario. If we don't learn from the Venezuela scenario, it's going to be very, very, very terrible. Change cannot be fought. It's like you're waking up and saying that you want to restrict Nigerians from using Bitcoin because Bitcoin is this. No. You have to actually know what is going on. One of the things to actually know a country that's going to progress, they invest much in research and development. In our country, are we investing in research and development? These are the things we have to ask ourselves. So if we're not investing in research and development, and there are people who are coming up with innovations, they're coming up with research, and they're giving us the reasons why they are bringing these innovations. First, it's cheaper with these cars, it makes the environment more cleaner and all that. Question is, why are we fighting innovation? The question is, if people are not buying our oil to fuel cars, is it just the crude oil? Is it just to produce premium motor spirit, which is the fuel for the car? You use kerosene to fly the cars. They use gasoline. There are things that diesel. There are some engines or generators that diesel can actually power. So our leaders, listen. It's time for us to stop electing people based on whatever. We have to elect people based on pedigree. I made a video the other time. I said, "I'm not to elect leaders. Don't elect leaders who has taken politics as a career. They jump from this, they are commissioners, they become governors, from governors they go and rest and die in the Senate. No, let's elect leaders. We've seen that, sir, you built a company, you were able to turn 1 naira to 50 naira, and then turn 50 naira to 50,000 naira. We want you, come. If we don't take people like that, and we want to elect people based on his lawyer, is loyal to the party, because he's loyal to one Jagaban in Lagos, or this, Nigeria is going to be plunged down. We're not talking about these leaders who are still living in the past. These leaders are living in the past. how can the leaders of Nigeria who are receiving the highest amount of pay in the world among leaders not think forward? How would they think forward? How will they think forward when the process to which they were elected into power is flawed? How will they think forward? How many leaders? How many leaders can actually come up and say they won election? None of them. None of them. So when you talk about leaders like this, they are not doing the right thing. They're not doing the right thing. History has proven that change cannot be fought. You can't fight change. You can't fight change. It is practically impossible. I am saying this because if the Nigerian government continue like this, in the next few years, the Nigerian government may be dissolved. Now the budget for 2019, we are getting the money to fund the budget. We are borrowing. The question is, how many people who are operating on the naval on our seas in Nigeria, how many of them are paying tax? Go and ask the master. Go and ask energy. How many of them are paying? When did you hear that the minister of petroleum for state, the man said, do you know how much is missing from NPC, from NPC? Go and ask Buhari what is happening in the country. The country is that because these leaders, nobody wants to be held accountable. If we hold, you know how many people are mining our resources illegally? If not for the case in Zamfara, who would have known that there was gold in Zamfara? But there are people who are mining the gold. The question is, you cannot give us life, and you say there will be innovation in Nigeria. So when you see senators like this who are saying they want to frustrate the sale of electric cars in Nigeria, they've only told you that they want to crumble the economy because they've done so with NEPA. They changed NEPA to PSCN, it did not change anything. If they like change PSCN to Buhari, it did not change anything. They said they are fighting corruption. Okay, you're fighting corruption. Where is the corruption you are fighting? Is it the corruption that you are turning a blind eye to some people and you are carrying telescope in your eye to see other people's wrong? So you see the country is not moving forward because we have elected leaders who are not ready to do the biddings of the people. It's like these people have to come back and define what is democracy. It is a government for the people. It is not a government where some certain parties are being enriched, and when you have people who are being enriched and they are not doing the right thing for the people, there will be chaos. I see one of the reasons why the Nigerian system continues to be like this is because Nigerians have not actually taken the bull by the horn. Nigerians are, if they look at it, oh, these people, they will speak, will not bother about them. That is, they take the people for granted. When Nigerians, I have said this, the way to topple a government, I'm not saying people should take arms. I'm not saying this and that. The way to topple the government is to crumble the economy. The way to topple a government is to crumble every single thing. It is very simple, sir. Go and ask that. How are they doing it in Sudan? How are they doing it in Sudan? It's simple. They refuse to leave the streets. What about Algeria? They refuse to leave the streets. Listen, in Romania, the government, one of the days, made an announcement. Romania was a communist regime under one of the leaders called Ceausescu. He was a tyrant and all that, did a lot of evil things. One of the days, he made an announcement. Do you know what? People immediately, they heard the news. They came out on the streets and they were marching. When the man saw that people entered the parliament, Romania has the biggest parliament in the world. Go and search it. Do you know how they built it? They built it, people even died building it. Now, these people, they went into the streets, immediately heard it. And when the man saw that these people, it was not like as usual gathering. When he saw that people were even entering the parliament building, and he saw that these soldiers, if he orders them to shoot, their families were inside the crowd, they will not shoot. Listen, if Nigerians march on the streets, they will not shoot. The soldiers will not shoot. Because you don't know if your wife is among the crowd, you will not shoot. You will not shoot. So how do you crumble an economy? It is simple. How do you crumble a government and break it down if you want change? Not the one we're talking about on YouTube, on Facebook, and all that. It is simple, sir. Block all the major expressway. Shut down all the hospitals. Shut down all the law courts, all the schools. Shut down everywhere. No movement. Nobody's flying in. Nobody's flying. Shut down everywhere for the next 3 months. When you shut down everywhere, There were no schools. There's everywhere. They were protesting every single place. If every single street people are protesting, you close all the shops. Nobody's buying anything. For the next 3 months, the government will know that something is serious. But when we talk, we want this person to be leader. Oh, this person is not leading. It is not going to hold waters. I want to say this, and listen. I am very, I can put my hand to the chest, as I am very sure that the sun will rise up tomorrow. As I am very sure that the sun will rise up tomorrow. I am saying it. Two of you that are hearing, I'm saying it for the next 50 years. As long as we continue with this attitude, the country will go, in our eyes, it has gone from bad to worse. It will go from worse to worst. If there's any other word to describe worst, it will go from worst to worst. I am saying this as I'm very, very confident, and as you are very, very confident that the sun tomorrow, as you wake up, you will see the sun on the sky. I am very confident that Nigeria will not go anywhere until the people are ready to take it by force. Because we have people who have sworn over their dead bodies that Nigeria will not progress. And if you see people like that, it is not propaganda that will take them out of power. It is force that will take them out of power. Because these people are not doing the things for the people. So we don't want analog leaders in this digital age. Now, let's move on to the Omotola story. Omotola coming out of the federal government and saying that this government is being hellish, policemen are just killing people, and this, that. Okay. Do you know what? There is a man called, they said is the personal assistant to the president on media aid and all that. He said, oh, those who are making clean money in Nigeria are not complaining. Those who are complaining are the ones who are not making clean money. Talk about the rice mill, producing 200 rice mill and all that, and that has produced billions of naira. Okay, it's simple. You produce billions of naira. Tell us, where did the money go? Why are you still borrowing? Do you know how much Buhari has borrowed on this government? Over 20-something trillion naira. How are we going to pay this money? You see, the irony of Nigeria is this. Let's take, for example, a simple scenario. How many people are in Nigeria? Let's say we have 200. The statistics, some people say 180, some people say 200, some people say 220. Let's put it at 200 million people. If each person can give, if we make it like this, let's set up a fund, you register and all that, let each person give 1,000 naira. If you multiply 1,000 naira times 200 and something million people, you will get a lot of money, right? Now, if you take that money and you say, let's put it to develop the country, or let's be charging each person 1,000 naira every year, 1,000 naira every year, and let's be using that money to develop the country. When we do that for the next 10 years, we will pay people back their 1,000 naira. So in the next 10 years, each person is going to give each year 1,000 naira, 1,000 naira, 1,000. So in the next 10 years, you will have given 10,000 naira. Do you know what? There are some people who will have the audacity. There are some people who will have the audacity to steal those money and will not budge. They will walk in our street. They will go before the Channels TV. They will come before us and campaign and will not do anything. Why? Because they see us as fools. I'm telling you, they will not budge. They will look you eyeball to eyeball like this. They will take the money and they will not budge. And they will come next to you and say, vote for us. So, this lady, she confronted them. And they were saying a lot of things and all that. I don't want to talk about the whole scenario. I want to talk about the power and the influence of the two we have. I was listening to Sowore one of the days, and he said that in Nigeria, anything can be missing. And he said we won't have a missing president. And he mentioned something, he said Nigerians must use the internet. If not, the people who are corrupt will use the internet. Somebody said we actually need a civil war in Nigeria. I don't think we need a civil war. Why? Because we'll talk about that later. Because we have to learn from history. We have to see how to do that things. So talk about the internet. I believe two things. Listen, this thing called internet. Do you know that it was an accident? It was an accident. That became a breakthrough. It was an accident. It was not even developed for the whole world. It was developed by the military. And then it was a source to the whole world. Now, in the past 10 years, we've seen the development of these systems. It is never as much as in, listen, You can communicate your thoughts. You can communicate anything at this, not at the speed of light, at the speed of thoughts. When you have tools like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all that, Instagram, and we see Nigerians, all they can do is to follow a guy called Hush Puppy, and what is the name of this other guy that says he has is it wristwatch that can build 3 mansions, and he's saying it. I'm like, what is even wrong with the country? We have tools. These tools called the internet. You can literally topple a government. I'm telling you this. Go and look at what is happening in the US. What is happening in the US? It's very simple. People are now saying that they are linking Facebook with the election. So when Omotola spoke. The reason Ahmed Bashar responded to Omotola is because of the position of Omotola, and Omotola using the tool. They won't have responded if she went to the television. They won't have responded. Why? Because what is the television? Before, 9 o'clock news, maybe NTA normally do 9 o'clock news. If you miss NTA 9 o'clock news, it's gone. But now, you can watch NTA 9 o'clock news anytime. You can miss it, right? Facebook, YouTube, the internet, and all that, this is where the power is. And listen, why are they signing sponsorship deals with these people? Why are they signing endorsement deals with these people? Why do you think they're investing heavy amount of money on these people? Why do you think that the football stars like Messi, the Ronaldos and all that, you talk about the people in Hollywood, you talk about the comedians, the AY and all that, why do you think they are signing this with them? Why? Listen, question is, why do you think that Facebook and all that, our people in Nigeria, they are coming on the internet, on Instagram? Any celebrities today, any Nollywood actor today, any actor or actress or musician who is not on Instagram, who is not on Facebook, who is not on YouTube, who is not on this platform is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It is a platform to which you can communicate your thought as rapid as possible. Before, information was just going like this. The communication was just monologue. It was monologue, and it took a lot of time for feedback to come in. Now you can literally communicate something. Somebody is going to reply. Instagram today is where you see a lot of youths. Politics, when you talk about politics, you go to what? You go to Twitter. So Nigerians can do a lot with the internet, and somebody was very bold enough to have spoken. And do you know the way the threat is? President Buhari right now has refused to assent to the digital rights bill where you could speak your rights. President Buhari has refused to assent to that bill. And do you know what that means? It means that those who speak are in danger. And as we look at the case of, what is his name, the guy of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, we look at the case of Edward Snowden, we look at the case of all these people, we have to look at the fact that people have to speak. If not, our governments are going to be derailed. If we have Instagram, if you have celebrities and you're following a celebrity, and in the past few months or years you've been following them, they have not spoken anything that is enough to have challenged you in any area of your life, whether it is spiritually as a Christian, or it is educationally, or it has not even inspired you to go from where you are to where you want to be, or they are coming to this display wristwatch, come and display their cars. You don't know what they are doing for a living. They are not willing to tell you what they are doing for a living and all that. Please leave them. This too is enough to topple government. Instagram is not just a place to come and do comedy. It is good. It's not just a place to come and talk about assurance, the video, Shoma, and all that. Yeah, that is their own. They can do whatever they want to do. But if we have celebrities and they are saying the wrongs of the society and they refuse to speak, speaking does not mean you are partisan. If you are partisan, we will know you're partisan. If you see people of PDP speaking, we will know when they are speaking out of partisanship interests. If you're speaking because you are speaking because of the people, we will know. So let Nigerians use this tool, and I'm happy that Omotola was bold enough to have come out to have spoken against the his of the Nigerian society. Do you know how many of our people are being killed? Do you know if the president is being killed is the next governor, or is the next person that will take us to where we ought to be? So Nigeria is not going to progress until we speak using these platforms. And not only using these platforms, until we do the needful. So moving on, we have the issue of Atiku coming up now to say he wants to challenge the result. Now, I'm not supporting Atiku. There are many reports out there saying he's corrupt, and he has already come before the people and said bring out evidence and all that. There are people who are saying PDP destroyed the country for 16 years. What are they trying to do in the country again? Well, I want to say it is debatable. It is debatable. Let's forget the issue of if Atiku is corrupt or not. Let's forget those stuff. Let's look at what is before us. Let's assume these people, we're not talking about their lives. Let's talk about the process to which we elect the leaders. If Atiku is corrupt and you voted for him, that is your own problem. We know that people voted for him, so that is an issue. So whether they were morons that voted for him, or they were this and that voted for him, we know that they voted for these two parties. And what Atiku is coming now, Atiku is taking the case to a high level, knowing that they were begging Atiku, and this is life itself. Even if Atiku will not win, or if Atiku will win and you don't like Atiku, it's very simple. He going to court, it's going to change the narrative, even if you don't win. Listen, if today you have a land and they steal your land, somebody steals your land and you do nothing about it, the person will have the authority, the temerity, the audacity to go out there and steal another person's land. Listen, if a girl today files a case before the court and say, this man raped me, there is nothing the court will do, there is nothing they will do to the man or take from the man that will restore the virginity. If the girl was a virgin before, that will restore the virginity of the girl. But that is not for us to say that the girl will not seek justice. Because if the girl does not seek justice, this man will have the temerity, the audacity to go and do it to other girls. So even if Atiku will not, we forget, we're not talking about the person or integrity of or corruption case of Atiku, we're talking about the person. The reason the other candidates, the show warriors, the Mogalo and the others, they didn't contest, they know that they were not heavyweights. So they didn't even score 1% of the vote, not talk about contesting for stuff. So if going to court, it is going to change the narrative. Now he's saying that he has evidence and he's going to call IBM. He's going to call Oracle. He's going to call Microsoft to come and testify. Okay, well, call them. And they're breaking up case now. The only case you are saying Buhari is picking up case that is more educationally qualified than Atiku. Educationally qualified than Atiku. Iwaek will not see. Mass speak pidgin. Motion to pidgin. Iwaek will not see. Will not see Iwaek. Till today, will not see Iwaek. Iwaek what they give him. That thing, they need to probe that thing up. That man say they more educationally qualified than Atiku. The same man, like Kenyamu, they talk say to become president, say you don't need WAEC. My brother, if we sit down, the way the country they go, they go tell you say 1 plus 1, not be 2 again, no, 1 plus 1 are 11, no. The way the country they go, so the way the country they go, so they go tell you say 1 plus 1, not be 2 again, na 11. They go tell you. Brother, the case now, they don't get case. INEC say they need 212 million. They go meet Senate. Say they need 212 million. Say maybe they hire, build server, train people for server to do results. Oh yeah, they bring the result now. They say no results for INEC server. Where the money? Do you know how much they budget for this election? We're going to do election again now. No, you do election again. When you do election again. Why you do election again? Because at the end of the day, you know that this person is going, why do you do it? What's it going to make you do election? So these are the things we are facing in the country. Then they are saying Atiku not be Nigerian. If they go by that one, do you know what happen? This case will open Pandora's box. And the way I think they fear for Nigeria because the way they think they go in, but if somebody comment about civil war, I don't know if Nigeria, man say this thing, if Nigeria still did together 10 years from now, Nigeria will break again. If Nigeria still get together 10 years from now, Nigeria not go break again. I tell you, if Nigeria still get together 10 years from now, all the hype up, may they go sit down, may they go rest. all the Nigerian Avengers, all the people when they talk about say go 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 go, may they go sit down, may they go rest. If Nigeria not break in the next 10 years, forget breaking. If Nigeria not develop in the next 10 years, move forget them. Because the way the country they go, a tired person. So they bring up case article not be Nigerian. This whole case now go open Pandora box. If you go by that one, Buhari not be Nigerian. Yes, not be Nigerian. Because Buhari father not be Nigerian. I'm from Niger. Article not be Nigerian. You see the case? So the two people they not be Nigerians. You see problem? The open problem upon problem upon problem upon problem upon problem. So guys, what will be the whole bottom line of this thing? We'll bring this live stream to an end. You whole bottom line, what I want to talk, two things I want to talk. Number one, where you go learn from this news, because if news not the relevant for tomorrow, not the relevant for you today. Number one, this thing what this need us talk, say they mean that we won't frustrate the sale of this motor. Change, nobody fit fight change. So if you did it, maybe you dey watch me and all that. Maybe you know what they improve for your life. Or you say, I finished school. I be mechanical engineer. You know what improve. The people they learn computer, the people they learn all this internet stuff, you know what learn. It will take you by surprise. Just like as it go shock Nigeria. Change, nobody fit fight change. The other thing we will feel learn again from the story for today. Now be say this internet not be to dey see your neighbor picture. This internet not be to dey carry hey selfie say you go McDonald's go shop, you go put am for Facebook. What does that mean? This internet, if you don't use this internet dey find money, if you don't use this internet dey get sense, if you don't use this internet dey know wetin dey happen for the world, if you don't use this internet dey learn, if you don't use this internet dey tell government the right thing to do. If your own na to dey go from place to place dey follow one hush puppy, I go talk am because this is Nigerian concerns. Whether are they popular, not be by popular, I no care about popular, na to dey send the message. This one na me to dey send the message. So if you use all those things, you know they use the internet well, brother, use the internet well. So my guys, na here I wan end the news for today. Click on that for una dey subscribe. Blessing now even this one will make sense. I go dey shoot video as normal with my laptop and microphone and all that. Then I go just dey shoot my live stream now every day 8:30 Nigerian time. I will just